What's going on, everybody? It's Q Rice. I want to welcome you all to another episode of A Different View. I want to start by introducing my wonderful co-hosts.
I'm Janae.
I'm Alana.
And I'm Easy. And today's topic is the Million Man March. If you didn't know, October 10th, 2015 made the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. It was a very important and a powerful event. Myself, I went to the event, and it was an incredible event. I would say that the African American community, we all were a cohesive unit. It was a great event because, one, it was no violence, and Minister Louis Farrakhan, he gave a great, incredible speech. He talked about social injustice and just how us as the African American community have to become one if we want to really progress in this nation.
I was unable to go, but a great friend of mine was able to go, and I heard nothing but great and positive feedback. And I heard one of the speeches on TV on C-SPAN, and it seemed that Farrakhan was really addressing some of the issues that really hit home with our community.
Right.
So I was really glad that he was able to bring a lot of awareness.
And
to
not
that.
only was Mr. Farrakhan's speech very, very enlightening, but I also feel that, the other speeches that were made that evening or that morning were some of the most important ones that were made. I never really thought about the whole Columbus Day situation. Columbus Day, to me, that was just another holiday. But, obviously to the Native American population, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
And, I felt, now that I understand that, I feel like that's something that, we need to address and we need to look at, because the way that whole situation happened was not beneficial to their people. It's not a good look on their people who were the originators or the people originally to live on this land.
The indigenous people, that's who it was. And I just that was one of my favorite parts of the whole Million Man March, because, well, actually Tamika Mallory, she's a civil rights activist, and also Nuri Muhammad. Those were some of my favorite people that spoke at the Million Man March, because, Tamika Mallory, she said, us as America, we can't breathe. And, well, us as really Black America, we can't really breathe. And it's true. They don't give us any, it was just very, it was an eye-opener for me.
And I like that you brought a good point of how, we were all cohesively together, and there was no violence. That helped to show, that, because they try to tear us down all the time, and, after the bad way that the media portrayed us during the whole Baltimore incident, it was really good to see all of us come together again for a much positive, movement.
And while we were down there, while I was down there, it was just the vibe, it was a special vibe, people, you had Black businesses down there, and they were just supporting, everybody was supporting one another, and I was just thinking, wow, man, if we were all like this on a daily basis, not just for one big event, we could really be something special.
We could really change literally, we could change.
Yeah,
we could honestly
cliche, but it's very true.
rule the world.
Especially the Black-owned businesses. Shout out also to Polar, which you see both of us wearing today. Which is a Black-owned business. I feel like that's very important. The more that we educate ourselves on these Black-owned businesses, the better off that we can be. Because Farrakhan hit that in the head.
Yeah, he did.
That, we need to stop giving back to our slave masters, and we need to give
do
back to ourselves.
Right?
Definitely,
because that's what they do. Really, they provide for their own. We don't really have something for us to, I don't know how to really explain it, but yeah, and also with the indigenous people, the people that were here before Columbus says that he founded this land, you could tell that they're very hurt, I saw somebody that was speaking, he even cried, because it's how could you take something away from us that was already ours? And for people to be let out of school for a holiday, which really isn't a holiday,
I don't even remember
hurtful.
getting out for Martin Luther King Day.
Exactly.
Right.
And how much in school do we talk about these Black victims that are dying to police brutality? We get a whole day out for a made-up holiday, but we can't even really, bring, enough attention to these people that are dying from police brutality.
Exactly.
Or the civil rights movement, because I know growing up, like you just said, I don't even remember going over Black history.
Exactly.
You had to almost your parents had to sit you down and tell you who Martin Luther King was, who Harriet Tubman was.
Or maybe only in February, Black History Month. But that's going to be all for this segment of A Different View. We're going to go ahead and kick it over to Manny with Rap Center. So catch us.
Welcome to Rap Center, where everyone is free to speak their piece. I'm your host, Manny Paris. In today's Word on the Street section, we will do what a lot of networks could not do this past Saturday. For those who don't know, last Saturday was the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March, led by Minister Louis Farrakhan. I traveled back to my hometown of Maryland so I could be in attendance of this historic event. The march was for justice for all men and women of color. In attendance was influential hip-hop artists like Russell Simmons, P. Diddy, Snoop Doggy Dogg, J. Cole, Young Jeezy, and more. The atmosphere was very special as black brothers and sisters from all over came together peacefully to represent the same cause. C-SPAN was the only network to showcase such a powerful gathering. Many people were shocked and outraged that BET, Black Entertainment, did not showcase this event. Why? Let me ask you a question. Who is BET owned by? I'll tell you. BET is now owned by Viacom, which is a white-owned business, so it's no longer any such thing as black entertainment. We have to stop expecting the same people who oppress us to be the same people who set us free. Instead, we should do like we did at the march. Come together like brothers and sisters, support black businesses, get educated, stop the violence within, and demand justice for all black men and women of color. That's all for this portion of the Word on the Street. In today's Cypher portion, we will sit down with the beautiful, talented bosses of 24K. I'll let y'all introduce yourself.
I'm Christy Miles.
I'm Mojo.
Shout out to you ladies for coming on the show. I got a couple questions I want to ask you guys today. It seems like in the early stages of hip-hop, female artists were flourishing. In past years, it seems like there's been a decrease in hip-hop. Would you say that you agree or disagree with this statement?
Well, I definitely believe there's been a decrease of females in hip-hop. It's more of one person or one female wanting to be on top at all times. And we as black females don't really support or help each other. Okay. So when we do that, it just gives room for one person to be on top at all times and not really enough for everybody to reap the benefits of what hip-hop is.
So it seems like you're saying it's more of a support thing.
Yeah, it's more of a support thing. Black men support black men, so black women should be supporting black women.
Okay. Anything you want to add on that? No, that's okay?
That's good.
All right, so I'm glad you said the support thing because in conversations with people, we've been talking about the top dog in the game for female artists, which is Nicki Minaj. And they were saying that they feel like Nicki Minaj is at the point in her career where she can bring up-and-coming artists by doing features and stuff and things like that with them. Do you feel like Nicki Minaj is obligated to doing features with up-and-coming artists like you guys to give you guys more exposure?
No, I don't.
You don't feel like
she's obligated at all. I just feel like, technically she's bringing up Deja. I feel like she would bring somebody up that's not the same caliber as her. So right. She wouldn't bring anybody up that's good. And if you are good, you're going to make it on your own regardless of her or not. So I don't really feel like she has an obligation.
So you don't think you don't feel like it's kind of weird to do that, seeing that she came out from being on a lot of features. Like people heard her with songs with Gucci Mane, people heard her with songs with Lil Wayne, especially that song that she has with Jay-Z, the Monster song, where that's really where she made her name. Like she's better than a lot of guys. You don't feel like she has that obligation as well?
No.
You don't
but also I feel like when you stated all the features that she was on, you said all men. Yeah. You didn't say any females that really helped her out or brought her up in the game because at the end of the day, before she came on, it was Lil' Kim. And Lil' Kim was the only female rapper that really stood out besides Eve, of course, but nobody was really on a tip like that, you know? So I feel like it's just, other men were trying to bring her up in game. It wasn't really like another female support type thing.
You all wouldn't feel like she's scared of the competition?
No.
Yeah, I personally feel like, if she wants somebody that's better than her, like she said, Deja Loaf is somebody that's not on her caliber right now. So, of course, she's going to support somebody that's not going to take off further than her.
Okay, I can understand that. At the Million Man March, Farrakhan praised the women in Islam because of the way that they represent themselves, and they sort of demand respect from the men because of the way they dress, the way they carry themselves, the way that they carry themselves as females. In hip-hop, female artists sometimes sell sex. It's like in their content they have to sell sex. Do you think that the content in female artists is encouraging men to respect them, or do you feel like they're sort of adding on to the negative stereotypes?
As a feminist, I believe that men should be able to control themselves regardless, however she's putting herself out there. So regardless if they're shaking their butt or if they have on clothes head to toe like Islamic women. Okay. I don't think you should be able to judge a woman off of whatever she's doing. She could shake her butt and go to class at the same time. I don't see any difference in that. So.
Yeah, also it's just like females, we have to respect ourselves first if we want somebody else to respect us. And a lot of times in this day and age, we just put a lot out there. We make it so easy for men to get the things that they quote unquote want. And it's just like, as females, we gotta respect ourselves. We gotta put that limit out there for, you know, a man to take us on dates and stuff like that. You can't sit up here and expect a man to respect you if you're not putting out something out there for him to be, you know, valuing. So, you know.
All right, I definitely can agree to a lot of the things you guys said. I know you guys want to get even any lasting impressions, anything that you want to put out, the Gold Pack.
Well, we got a mixtape called The Gold Pack on Audio Max, coming out with a new
video. We dropped a video called All Day. We're dropping our second video, you know, soon, so y'all wait out on that.
Another mixtape coming.
Yeah, you know, we always grinding, we always working, so, you know, hit us up if y'all wanna come out and support us. We got a show on Raleigh on tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, make sure y'all support this show in Raleigh tomorrow. They're definitely some of the most hardest working females on campus that I've came in encounter with. I respect you guys as musicians. I respect you guys even more as people. And that's it for Rap Center. It's a wrap. On to the question of the week section with Rap's different views.
Thanks, Manny. Shout out to 24K. Those girls are lit.
Bye-bye.
They are lit. So, for this week's episode, question of the week, we took it to social media again, and this week's question of the week was, do you think we should boycott BET for not broadcasting the Million Man March? Good question, right?
Well, I don't think we should. I mean, it's not a black-owned business. Like Manny said in the segment before, it's owned by Viacom, so it's really not BET. BET is the name. I mean, it's really them. They didn't really choose to, you know, not show it. But I mean,
cool.
I think they could have dug it in there somehow.
Yeah, they could have.
Well, let's go to the
should have.
Instagram real fast and just check what some people said. So, my good friend Christian_K White said, yes, it is important that a network that is built on uplifting African Americans not only broadcast music, comedy, and when a black icon passes away, they should also show the empowerment of our people. I wouldn't be so much against them if they reference something about the march or the power that was on display during that day. And that means more than just a commercial or two.
He hit it on the head. That's so true. I mean, we're quick to do a 3-hour-long funeral special when somebody dies,
right?
You know, and
but even with the Cosmo, I forgot it was like the 100th. Oh, I forgot how many years they were celebrating. They had like Kim Kardashian, and they were like doing that and showcasing. I'm like, are you serious? Like,
but see, I mean, I feel like, you know, that's one of the instances where I feel like, you know, black people might be kind of
they're not respected.
I mean, not that they're not respected, but they pick and choose the battles they want to fight. You know,
yeah,
if say this was a white company, you know, a lot of people are quick to hop on CNN about what they show. But you know, BET, people get hyped when BET Uncut come back on. People thought BET Uncut was coming back on. Everybody got hyped. You know what I'm saying? But they don't show the Million Man March, and people kind of look over it, look past it like it's okay, you know. But a lot of people didn't even notice it. Honestly, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah. Okay, and another good comment that we got from our Instagram was from Trey_Gifted, and he said, boycott all TV that shows black people in a negative light.
I agree.
I agree.
But the thing about that is, I feel that, you know, we also support it more than we believe so. You know, there are so many reality shows. You have Love and Hip Hop, Bad Girls Club, you know, Basketball Wives, where nobody is married to a freaking basketball player right now.
Exactly. And then it's just like I was saying.
How does that even happen?
We signed up for this. I blame ourselves for allowing, like, those people that are on those shows, for you to, regardless if it's money or anything, like, you are agreeing to make a complete, utter fool of yourself for $1.
Right,
like,
exactly.
That's
But then at the same time, like, we watch it, though. I mean,
Guilty.
like that's the reason why the ratings are back. I mean, are good. That's the reason
That's
why the show
what I'm
keeps
saying.
coming back, because we watch that stuff. If we would stop watching it, then.
But see, at the same time, I feel like it's because so many people can relate to it at the same time.
No,
like
who can relate to stuff like that?
Girls, those girls
no,
that's
not real life. But that's not real life. Instead of agreeing, but listen, exactly. Instead of agreeing to watch something where we have catty relationship, why don't we just be a bigger woman and handle the situation the right way? People aren't going out here really throwing drinks on on each other, fighting each other. I don't act like that.
I've seen it happen.
Meet up to sit up and gossip.
I've seen it.
It doesn't. And that's why I don't watch stuff like that, because we're not here for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And that's where people get it mixed up. They feel like we're here for entertainment, and they, take for granted how educated we are and how much potential that we really have to show.
But
like,
some people really aspire to be like that. I've come across people that are just like, I just want to be on a reality TV show.
The same way that we have shows that people inspire to be like, okay, like Shawnee Lovin, didn't she? Okay, exactly. Why can't we have shows portraying women that are doctors, lawyers, and then that
they actually have that show, but guess what? Nobody watches it.
Yeah. I just think that we need to put
our
foot down
catty
as
as well, too.
and we need to agree not to do it, and we need to agree to not watch it, because that is just not it. As soon as that we put our foot down and we say we're not going to do this no more,
exactly,
whatever that would be.
They're making money off of us.
I would like to say also, like Minister Louis Farrakhan said, we have to watch how we treat our black women. We have to watch how we
and women have to watch how we treat women and not calling one another the bitch word.
Another great thing that he said was on Saturday, let's not make this a moment. Let's make it a movement.
Right.
And with that being said, I definitely want to thank you all for tuning in this afternoon, and make sure you catch us next week. Different.